Getting back to work. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Jsocraft server. So I have been busy on a little side project that I haven't really shown off, and it happens to be this right here. So you can probably tell what it is, but it's actually kind of like a brewery or a storage room for drinks, or in this case potions. Yep, I have finished wiring up the entire potion lab, the auto brewery ethos lab. It is the third time I have built this thing, and it doesn't get any easier. Anyway, so I recently just finished setting up all these tracks here. Basically, I've made just one big loop that goes around, and then the minecarts will kind of go off into each of the stations. And all of the redstone's done, and I've even kind of wired up... you can see it here with the pistons. It's kind of a special way. The actual potion lab is about 1 or 2 blocks down, and all you can really see are the chests above. This is the main switch to turn the entire system on, which will be covered. Hey, Bidmare. And yeah. So basically, the way I've designed it is I've marked all of the locations for the potions for now, and then I'm gonna kind of just go add the ingredients, and then we can finally run this thing. Hopefully, it runs smoothly. I haven't tested it. I never really tested it until we've loaded it all. But yeah, I guess you can see here, you can get access to the potions, and then all of the actual like brewing and all that stuff. Other than the place it feeds in the awkward potions and such, is actually it's about the same level, but everything else is kind of below. And then this staircase here just leads up to where we're going to be making our little bar, but that's another project for another day. I'm kind of holding off on that until we finish some other stuff to do with the base. That's yeah. This here, this is just like your old run-of-the-mill wheat farm. You know, it uses the power of a light source and like the darkness to pop out the carrots and such. Basically, the theme of the bar we're going for is kind of like an emerald green kind of color, and our signature drink or beverage is going to be the leaping potions. And this here, if I give you kind of glimpse behind the redstone, it basically just uses the burnout of a torch to fire off 3 dispensers with bone meal to grow the wheat. And then this here is the switch to power the little device we had overbuilt for us in the last episode. And this right against the wall is where our rabbit farm is going to be to farm up all the rabbits we need for our leaping potions. And that was made by... or rather designed by GT from the server for the Redstone Society. Great group. Very helpful, you know, always willing to give each other a hand. And it basically works with the rabbits up above. They grow and they fall through, and then that is supposed to activate lava. Did I not put lava in? I didn't even hear a click though. Oh, I'm so stupid. Okay, this button down here is the one that activates the lava. Got that wrong. Okay, good to know it still works. I forgot that's only for show. And then, yeah, this here, you just power that. It brings down the 2 blocks, and it kind of gives us access to this kind of back area where we're going to have access to most of the redstone and for the potions and stuff. This here is just a button to activate the water. This is so the rabbits will be hopping, and then you can do all the breeding and such that you need to. This over here is where we'll be having our water bottles. This is where we put in our nether wart. I haven't made a proper like access down below yet. I'm not sure if I will. I might just make it so that I have to come up here to put the stuff in. And then over here, just get some glass that I'll put into the chests here. Have some bottles. You just right click and they'll all dispense down below into the chests. And all that's left is to go and get ourselves the resources we need for all of the potions. And now I'm not making every potion in the game. Obviously, leaping potions are going to have their own station, which I'll do later. But everything, basically, this is where we put in the materials that we're going to need. I'm going to have to like break a hole for all of them to get access to it. But we're only making very specific potions. If I had to make every potion, there's no way this would be big enough. I'd have to make it at least 3 times the size for every potion in the game, including the one where you have the field of effect potions, which I am not doing at all because this is meant to be for drinks and such. So we're gonna head on off and see if we can't get everything we need. And oh, actually, I just realized one thing that we can pick up almost immediately, something that I bought a long time ago on this server. So there are other shops in spawn, one of which is from Dib, the leader of the server, and he has a very profitable business of selling golden carrots, which I happened to buy long ago. Thank you, Dib and Dib Corp. Here we have the night vision potions, which I have already opened access to. Just gotta throw the carrots in, and it is good to go for quite a while. Alright. Next, we have to go off and see if we can't get ourselves some magma cream. Another item I have been saving for quite some time, if I remember where I have it. Nope. Ah, there we go. A bunch of blaze rods. Now, I'm obviously going to need a lot more than this for everything, including the power sources for all of the brewing stands. Luckily, we do have a blaze farm on the server, but there is another farm in particular we are going to be visiting to get some slime balls. So we are at Ulfer's slime farm. I believe there's actually 2 slime farms on the server, but this one's right in spawn, so may as well just, you know, pay it a little visit. And it's full. I mean, he never empties it, so he's not gonna notice if we borrow a couple. Yeah, thanks, Ulfer. And to add it to our potion line, it should be behind here. This should be the chest. Just gonna add in a whole bunch of magma creams, and that is good to go. Alright, so just gonna close it back up. Good. So the next potion down the line is going to be health potions, which is actually going to use a lot of gold and melons. I have a bunch of gold saved up in the house, which I've grabbed already. But the health potions are very special because they're going to be continuing down a line. So I'm going to have actually a double excess of health plus potions. And then they're going to get a negative effect and become damage potions. So I'm going to need a lot of golden melons to keep this both supplied. So we're going to go off and get some of that stuff right now. And what better place to get melons than the melon tower in spawn that is always overflowing with melons. So we're just going to grab a whole line of them, and I think that should be more than enough for now. If we ever need more, we can always come back and grab it, but it's easy to get. So doing this, I'm actually curious to see how much that's going to net us. I think it's going to look, it looks like maybe 2 stacks? Maybe? No, we're short. Okay, so it's roughly 1 stack for a stack of gold. Next up on the potion tour, we're over here at my strip mine, where I have a whole bunch of stuff saved up that I come and get every so often. In particular, lots and lots of gold. So every one of these piles should give us at least 1 more stack of glorious glistening melons. Oh, we're gonna make it. Oh, a little rough on the landing there, but we made it inside. So obviously another potion that we're gonna definitely have in our line is a speed potion. So we gotta get ourselves a bunch of sugar. All right, more than enough for now. All right, so I have almost an entire inventory full of sugar, which is definitely more than we're gonna need. And go for the, hey, I got it. That's like my new favorite way to get back up to my house. Just jump off of any ridge and then using fireworks. Definitely an amazing addition to the game, just making elytras even more amazing. And the second best item in the game. First, obviously, being fishing rods. So we have our speed potions right here. Right? Yeah, that's speed. And just going to break into the back. Oh! Alright, so I've already found 1 fault in my design. I can't open that chest, which means that it also cannot feed items through the line. So if I had actually turned that on, I would have found that I couldn't make speed potions. That's good to know. This is why I say this is the 3rd time I've built this thing. Not any easier, and I still make a mistake every single time. It never runs smoothly, and I'm sure after we do all of this loading up, there's still going to be a problem. I don't know what it's going to be, but more than likely it's the same thing where I just have chests covered by probably regular stone because I didn't dig it out properly. But yeah, that should work perfectly. Another issue I've had is where the minecart track doesn't go properly, but that'll be something else to test later on. And I almost forgot, you obviously can't have potions without netherwort. So I have actually been staying here and farming up a whole bunch of netherwort for quite some time, but that's also for another side project, which I'm going to be saving. So we're just going to harvest a whole bunch of them now and get as much as we possibly need. Funny enough, I actually extended the size of this netherwort farm. I don't think I ever showed it in a video, but it used to be like a couple lines here. Instead, I've just like extended it so you can get more than enough for any possible project. Don't forget, always gotta replant your crops. That's the rule of any farm on any server. Alright, so after farming on the netherwort for quite some time, I have a whole bunch, almost an entire inventory filled, and all we have to do now is add it into the feeder chest, which is right here. This should disperse it rather evenly, hopefully. And of course we cannot forget, we have our negative potions, the damage and invisibility, so I had to farm up a bunch of this stuff, and actually I had it saved. I've kind of been saving them up over time, and I have a whole bunch of fermented spider eyes. Not an inventory filled, but we only have 2 negative potions, so I can disperse them evenly. And for running the whole line of potions, it should be more than enough for how much I'm probably going to actually use these potions in general. So invisibility, just gotta add that, and we are pretty much good to go for the most part. You know, spawn has grown quite a bit since I joined the server. Anyway, speaking of modifiers, next is redstone and glowstone. And I have more than enough redstone. And last but certainly not least, the water bottles. The most important item in any potion, even awkward potions with their netherwort. Netherwort is nowhere near as important as these water bottles. So I have a lot, and I'm going to fill this up. So once this is done, we're basically ready to run this thing. I'll obviously run the netherwort to run all of the awkward potions around, and then starting up the actual big device, where we'll probably run into our first problem. I'm just putting in the power sources for all of the brewing stands. This is the last thing I like to do, just in case I accidentally have the hoppers underneath not powered and then it takes the water bottles or something like that, so I can keep an eye on it. So plenty of blaze powder. Obviously I made a run to the blaze farm that we have on the server. It's in the nether, it's just outside the hub, down one of the tracks that's already been set up. Alright, next is, I have to actually go behind here, which is a little bit tricky. I didn't actually make a proper access to these back sides, but it shouldn't be too difficult to get to the brewing stands. Yeah. Alright, I just gotta do this for all of them now. Alright, I'm going to start up the first part of the Potion Lab brewing system, the awkward potions, so they get feeded into all of the other potion lines. So obviously the first round is done. It was doing it while we were putting the power sources in, and time to flip the first switch. I do have a minecart actually here ready to go. Yes! Okay, good. Nothing in it. No excess cobblestone or any of that other junk while I'm digging. And we should be good to go. Alright, here we go. Alright, seems to be working. That's good. And the minecart's off. Oh, it doesn't have anything in it though. It probably didn't get that first round. Oh well. So I'm going to sit here for a while and wait till all of the potions are filled up. Oh, wait a minute. Why is that still here? Wait, what? It's not locked. Okay, there's a new... Oh, this is powering this. Okay. I'm going to have to switch the way the hoppers are lined up. See? Bug fixing. Unfortunately, the line of redstone is actually powering that one hopper. I did that in terms of designing for the room, but I probably should have moved this back by one more. Alright, I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, joy! More problems. Because, you know... this thing just has to give me more issues. Third time building this thing. Never run into this before. This is new. So, awkward potions are brewed. Flip the switch. Goes down the line. They can now go down the line of hoppers. I've fixed that so they go all the way into the chest here. And they build up so they're ready to be sent off. But, as you will see in just a uno momento, these don't take water bottles anymore. For whatever reason, these water bottles here in these hoppers are not getting fed into the brewing stands. I don't know why. See, look. Nothing. No water bottles. The brewing stands are locked for whatever reason. So I'm going to turn that off. I don't know what it is. They're just not taking the potions anymore. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's... Even if I disconnect, watch. Come back on. Oh. Any potions? Nope. Still not taking any water bottles. I don't get it. I don't understand what's wrong. It's not like it's locked with redstone or like the hopper isn't allowing it to go in or something, right? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see what I've done wrong. Oh, I got it. Alright. So just returning from a little midnight stroll. and I noticed something. You know that issue I was having with the brewing stands? Watch. When we get over there... Now remember, disconnecting didn't work when I was right next to it, but look at that. Look at that. They are filled with water bottles. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand this problem. It's a bug with the hoppers. For whatever reason, they're not allowing brewing stands to pull water bottles from them, or they're not properly feeding into them anymore. It's like they're staying locked. They assume that water bottles are still in there when they're pulled out, I think. And I don't know. There's nothing I can do to fix it. Like, the entire system relies on this one main component working in the entire line. Basically, automatic potion labs are broken. And this is a 1.11 bug. There's nothing I can do about this until the game is updated or we get a fix. Because every single one of these lines uses brewing stands and hoppers. So, it suffices to say, I'm a little pissed off. I put a lot of time into this project, and I didn't even realize the bug was there, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if they fix it, but I'm going to leave this for now. Anyway, this is no better place than any to call it an end in the episode. Unfortunately, the potion lab that we put a lot of work into, or rather I did, isn't going to work until they fix this bug.